All right, we're going soft, going live.
Yeah.
But y'all can keep talking.
Now there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, John.
You
Fine.
tell us to talk. Tell us to be quiet. And we got something for you.
What? What track is this? I've heard this.
Bitch call me Elvis. MOB, she call me selfish.
What album?
Who knows?
So,
break the news. It was
He hasn't came in yet. Otherwise, you were here.
this is on. Is this on Yeezus?
It's on Yeezus.
Oh.
Cause niggas got cocaine.
Hi, Amy.
I be going
That track's on Jesus. Weird can't tell us nothing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for hopping on and listen to us talk about whatever. We talk about discussions, opinions, topics, whatever's going on in our lives in the world. We use that to inspire improv scenes right here on the spot. Based out of Houston, Texas, everybody. Here every Tuesday around this time. Around 8:50. 8:50 is the time.
Okay.
If you're watching this at a not now time. Sometimes we're joined by special guests who help us get inspired and are joining the shenanigans. Today we're joined by Antoine Colbrech.
Yeah.
What up? How's it going, everybody?
Great to
looking at my
see you.
TV screen, I feel like a all black Voltron and I'm like right in the center.
We are formed.
Yeah, it's just one big ass black cat.
Somebody should do a show like that where they stream it and just improvise a whole Black Voltron episode.
That would be dope.
Just come in. Have the background color like whatever monster you're dealing with.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
I can just talk about Antoine real quick. I consider Antoine one of the OGs in the improv community
One
here.
of the OGs.
Oh, geez.
When I was
Absolutely.
first learning, when I was first figuring out what long form improv was, this guy was already doing it, performing
right.
live shows.
That's right.
Yeah. Confident.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, some people would call me a bully at times, but other times, some people would call me cool.
Now,
Man.
is this on stage that like they were saying your on stage presence was bullying or your moves were bullying?
Oh no, it's just sometimes the way that I come off, it seems funny, but I realize sometimes it also makes me look like a dick. But because I seem so cool, people just let that shit slide. Case in point, when I first met Antoine, I was just like, "It's a WB. Does that stand for white bread?" He was like, "It does not." And I was like, "Well, I'm just going to call you that," and then convinced other people to call him that. And I feel bad about it now.
I'm so glad we had this nap.
I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There was no reason for that. There can only be one Antoine. And
Yes.
then, and it was me.
Jeez, Antoine
How many
competitions.
years?
Yeah, for the longest time, I was the second Antoine, and then I was just around so much. At some point, people started calling him the other Antoine, and he was like,
I didn't like that.
He didn't like that.
Remember when
He was the other
I didn't
Antoine.
like that.
when the power shifted? That's right.
Yes, like I was here first. I was here first.
It was.
You will remember me.
Let the record show.
Yeah. The other Antoine.
He was always one of my favorite improvisers.
Always.
So,
Dude inspired me, man. I just signed up. Like, I just want to do something funny. I wanted whatever. I didn't care what it was. I mean, I did care, but but the first show I went to and I saw him, I was like, if these people can teach me how to do that, yeah, I'm signing up with them.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
what
mean, and they didn't do it, but you figured it out.
They did. No, listen. No,
I would say this though. My first scene I saw you, Antoine, was in a lotteria that was going horribly. and your character where you guys were customer service agents, and it was a weird scene. But whatever I remember the moves you did. I mean, you might have said 3 lines, but it was the commitment to the absurdity of the scene that just made the whole thing just make a whole lot of sense. And I remember going, "Oh my goodness," you know. That was dope, right? And I was hooked ever since. And all I really needed was to see at least one black person confident in it. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Exactly. I think that was the key, right? Just see one black person do it well. And what got me with the performance I saw was he was a double Dutch jump rope coach. But he picked the character of Show Nuff from The Last Dragon. And so, you know, the reference to Show Nuff was like, pow, this dude is doing, he's pulling something from The Last Dragon. It's funny and it fits in this scene. That was amazing to me. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know if everybody could do that, but seeing a black man do that meant something to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Hilarious. Show
Enough is not and he's a legendary character that not everybody can pull off. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Show enough. Yeah.
Shout out to Kelly in the chat who asked Antoine can bend to avoid the touch of the devil, which is a reference to one of our live show scenes. You could see out there, Kelly.
That's what I'm talking about, Kelly.
And shout out to Chicken Joe Clark as well. Yeah.
Oh.
No, Joe is he's in that message. I'm just
okay.
Telling him thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I was going to say, what was it like in the early days, like when you were figuring it out? Like, who were your inspirations, your references? How did you get as good as you were when we first saw you?
I mean, well, I got extremely lucky right at the beginning. I didn't know I was ever going to do improv. I didn't even know what improv was at first. I went to an audition for like 30 different playhouses, and the only people that called me back was this improv troupe, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" And they were like, "Have you ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Would you ever want to do something like that?" And I was like, "I don't know." And it's like, well, it's not exactly that, but it's different. So they invited me out to a show, and I saw long form improv for the first time. And why I say I got lucky is because the person who ended up teaching me improv, this is Julia Morales, who is a huge figure in the improv community. Went up to New York and started the 10,000 Hours program, and is in Chicago starting Step Up Theater now. She is one of the most talented people I've ever seen perform, and I got a chance to see her do it, right when she was still fucking around. Yeah. And it was just like, I could absolutely do this. And so, it just started from there. But I got lucky with having somebody who was so committed to just the actual idea of improv, just wanting to pass that on, sort of like a oral history of sorts. But that happened. And then it was all downhill from there.
Yeah. To me, I like my education, I think, really started once I graduated out of taking improv classes, because then, that's when you really know if it's comfortable or not being on stage. You don't have this class, you don't have this teacher. So you got, like you said, you got to kind of go find people who are doing things that you like to do. And, outside of a lot of stuff you're doing, Baby Knuckle was around early on, and I would just, watch as many shows as I could of shows that people were laughing at.
Yeah. I mean, it's also funny because I never actually took any classes. She taught the group that I ended up auditioning into for like 6 or 7 months, and then we had our first show. So I also didn't have the benefit of having these sort of these benchmarks of like I should be this much better by this class. It was just like, oh yeah, I taught you everything I know, and now you just got to keep doing it and figure out what happens for So it's just there's a lot of stuff that it took a really long time, I guess, to not even consciously hone down some of these ideas and like the style of play that I have, which is sort of a longer, slower, more patient. Let the jokes sort of like build up, and then by the end, just start tossing them out. But all that came with years and years and years of just doing improv and not really thinking about how much better I should be getting. Just knowing that nobody's at the shows, but I'm still going to keep doing it because I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So you didn't perform for like 7 months after you joined the group?
Yeah, we auditioned. Like it started out with like 17 or 18 people, and then we eventually got down to 4. And and she just rehearsed us. We had practice once a week for like 6 months. And then when she finally decided that we were ready enough to have a show, we had our first show. And one of the people in the group, Brittany Bush, who's a fantastic actress here in Houston, she somehow she actually got a copy of that first performance, and I've seen a couple snippets from it, and it is, to if you've ever seen a black man blush. It's just like, what is he doing out there? What are these choices he's making? Oh my god! But, yeah.
What made you stick with it for 7 months?
I from the first moment I saw it, I was like, this is something that I have to be doing. This is something that I need to do. It wasn't even like. It wasn't a choice that I was making. It was just I saw it and I was like, well, I have to do this. This is what I have to do. This is the thing for me. Because I wanted to be an actor for so long, and I never took any acting classes because it was just like I've watched enough TV.
I mean, that's a part of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, but. I always felt like I had it. And so I wasn't really worried about the technical parts of it or like having to pay somebody to tell me that I'm doing it right. I'm just going to do it. So, when improv came around, it's just like, oh, you mean I can just act without any rules forever as long as I want? Yeah. Okay. Fuck it. And that's, that's how I figured it out.
See, that's the problem with some performing arts. People think that they don't have to have any preparation for it. They don't have to go to school. They don't have to take classes. They're like, I've seen enough people do this. I can do that. But like, you would never do that with a piano.
No.
You never do that
No.
dancing, kinda, because everybody thinks they can dance. But acting and any thing that you're going to get up and perform and speak or pretend, and everybody feels like they got a handle on it.
Yeah,
I've seen enough.
My body's moved around enough. I could control this.
Can do it. Let's go. And it's such an art because we talk about bad acting all the time.
All the time. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing worse.
Nothing.
There's some people I just can't watch. I just can't watch.
Yeah. Some stuff is painful.
You're bad
really
acting
painful.
Snobs.
Yeah, I mean, but I love bad movies.
Thank you. That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
I guess what I don't like is a good movie with bad actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen the animated film Astro Boy. I don't know why you would have. But I have, and I hate myself forever. I was in a movie theater and I saw it. I didn't pay for it, but I just walked in and I was like, "This is terrible." I watched it all the way to the end, but Nicolas Cage is in it, right? And there's never been a time in my entire life where I watched an animated figure feel like it's being voiced by something that is not what it looks like and is not representing it well.
So you're saying this character right here was voiced by Nicolas Cage?
No, the professor, his dad,
I was gonna
was played by Nicolas Cage. And it was just like, I see a mouth moving and I hear a voice speaking, but they are not the same entity. And I hate it. And I hated it. Every time he was on screen, I was like, I hate this.
One of the things I will say to that, what you just said, is I think if you do it right, if you match up the perfect, if it's done in a like comedic way where you match up the perfect voice that you would never imagine coming out of someone's animated face, like on the Boondocks, Ed Wuncler III and the character Rummy are both white dudes, but they're voiced by Samuel L. Jackson and Charlie Murphy, two of the blackest voices dudes you can get in Hollywood. And when you watch it, it throws you off because you're listening to Samuel and you can't separate his voice. But when you really look at the actual animated character and try to like suspend disbelief, man, it's actually pretty funny. But I get what you're saying. When it's done badly, it's just like, nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah. It's Nicolas Cage, just Astro Boy's dad for me.
And Nicolas Cage's voice is already hard to listen, even when he's acting.
Yeah, and can you really call it that?
That's what they get paid to do. That's what on paper, that's what it's called.
He's great. He's great. Let me not shit on somebody famous in public again.
We cut to a let's say a studio and an office. The head of the films has the new director in the office talking to him. So John, I'm so glad we got you on this project. Listen, we're running into some problems here with our actors. I'm not sure if we have the right voices for our children's movie, Mommy, I Love You, Please Come Home. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of the concerns. That's why we've got you here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
go ahead. I sent you some submissions of some different voices we could use. Did you get a chance to take a look at that?
Oh, I did. Just looked at them briefly.
Okay.
You want to kind of go over it a little bit more with me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, here. So we've got the mom, the main character, Louise Heatherbrooke. Whoa, wow. That's interesting. You want it says, are you sure?
Absolutely.
But
Cardi B can't play the mom?
This was the concern that we had. This is set in Ohio. Pretty, Midwestern. We just wanted a plain, simple mom, easily identifiable. Everybody can recognize its mom. So probably not such a strong New York accent, maybe, or any kind of way.
I have an aunt that lives in Ohio. She's from New York.
Okay. All right. Well,
so where I was going with her,
right.
Cardi B, everybody recognizes her voice. And I kind of thought it would just, she just had a baby too. So she's a mother.
Right. Oh yeah, she's a mother.
And I saw her talking about being a mother on TMZ, and I just thought it would just be a perfect fit.
Oh yeah.
Well, so we can go on to the next one. We could come back to Cardi if you.
Okay, yeah. You just go ahead. Go ahead and just give me your vision. Tell me who you have for the different characters. That's fine.
Okay, so you throw out a character. I'll tell you who I have in mind.
Okay. All right. Her son, Grady.
Grady?
Yeah.
I was thinking of a little bit of like this. So I was kind of going off the cliff on this one, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to have Cardi B's voice and Red Fox's voice all in the same scene. You know, we just kind of just texture up the scene a little bit, and we don't want them to forget the characters. And there ain't nobody forgetting Red Fox's voice.
I know, but John, I mean, Cardi B's alive. Red Fox isn't. He's not alive anymore. How are you gonna get somebody to voice?
I mean, to call somebody, an actor can come and do Red Fox's voice. I could do Red Fox's voice. Shoot, the janitor could do Red Fox. If you just get any old black man,
you talk about me?
Yeah,
it's trash to be gone.
Oh, we didn't see you there. We didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
Listen, Ed,
just making my rounds.
Ed, we know you're making your rounds. Ed, can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
You know where Red Fox is?
I think so.
Can you give me about 2 bars of Red Fox real quick?
Let me try. Let's see. Red Fox. You big dummy.
Okay.
That was perfect.
Grady
was perfect, man.
No, but Grady is 8. Grady is 8. That it's not gonna fit.
Is this the line right here? Mama, come home, you big dummy.
I love that inflection, man. I loved it. I mean, come on now. Listen, are you trying to be so grounded that only children and babies will understand what we're trying to communicate here? Or are you trying to open it up, capture more fans? Red Fox, plenty of people still love Red Fox.
Oh, Mama,
you know?
This is the big one. This is the
Okay.
big one, Mama.
All right, Ed. All right, Ed.
I'm in the seat.
All right, Ed.
Thanks.
Okay, I was just thanks, man.
Get the trash.
Filling the character. I'll get the trash.
Nah, you did a great
Yeah,
job.
you got my number.
Yeah, no, you're on payroll. We got your number. We know where to find you.
All right, I go back to making my rounds.
So,
all right, John, listen, you know what? Our last movie flopped. We had all the standard voices. You're right. Maybe we should take a chance. Maybe we should go ahead and go with some of these unconventional voices. I mean, what could go wrong?
Okay, so I got another idea, right? Unconventional. If you really want to do this, I think we should make the father have a dog barking voice.
Huh?
Every time he opens his mouth, a bark comes out. We can have subtitles at the bottom, but that would really engage our fans. I'm telling you, nobody would forget about this movie. And that's what we need. We need placement. Make the dad bark. I think we got a hit.
We cut to the climactic scene of the movie where the mama finally comes home to the family and they all greet her at the door. Oh, mama, you're home, you big dummy.
Oh,
Ow, what y'all waiting for me at the door for?
We miss you, mama. You've been gone.
Earth.
You big dummy. It seems.
That would have been a horrible movie.
I've stretched my Red Fox knowledge.
Yeah,
to
I love the Angie Marti. It sounded like Rosie. That's
I don't know what I'm.
Nonetheless, I do love I love a good voiceover done well. Like I love when the animation. I'll say this though, I'm not a big fan of. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not a big fan. Kevin Hart is getting like a lot of voice acting, and he does have like one of those specific voices that it's Kevin Hart. But
yeah, he already sounds like a Muppet. Yeah,
he already sounds like an animation. But to me, it's like it would be more. It was dope when I saw whatever that animation movie was with it was black animation, and I didn't even know that Jadakiss was doing the voice of the father.
What?
In the actual movie. Jadakiss.
What was this?
Wow.
What movie is that?
It was called what was a Netflix? It was a Netflix movie.
I'll look it up. Keep going.
I sit back.
But long story short, basically it was like the movie's about the superheroes kids being stolen. They'll try to get the dad's power. And the dad was, what'd you call it?
Is it
Fearless?
Fearless?
Yeah, Fearless. Yeah. And Jadakiss was the dad, man, and it was funny as hell hearing Jadakiss, you know, like his voice coming through the superhero, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jadakiss, right? Yeah. So, of course, got to get that.
The plot is, according to this, a teen must protect 3 babies after they magically emerge from his favorite video game.
Yep.
What?
Jadakiss heard that plot and was like,
I gotta get on that one.
But they didn't do a corny. They didn't do the corny, 1990s move where if a hip hop guy was in a movie, he had to say some rap somewhere in the movie to let you know the guy animating him actually raps. And they didn't do that in this one, which I liked because it was more grounded into the character, right? It's superhero game character ain't gonna be rapping, just because you saved his kids.
I hear you, but what I think is that Tone Loc just had it in his contract with every movie that he was in, he had to be able to rap. He only had those 2 songs.
But Tone, I don't discredit Tone, right? He was one of the forefathers. By the time it got to like Big Mama's House, right? And one actor was, that's when you're like, all right, come on, man. First of all, not all black dudes rap. Not off the top of their heads, at least. Like we might rap lyrics, but we ain't about to just break out in the middle of a movie and get everybody together with our bars, right?
We're not about to freestyle battle tonight.
It ain't about to happen. But yeah, Tone. Shout out to Tone, man.
Man, he had a voiceover voice more than a rapper voice. Like he should have been in. He should have been in like cartoons and animated features before rapping.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he do Bebe's Kids? Wasn't he?
He was the baby, yeah, and Bebe's Kids.
Yeah, Cicely. Yep, Cicely said it. Thanks.
He rapped in that one.
Mm-hmm.
He rapped in Fire and Gully.
No.
The one movie where you would be like, they wouldn't put rapper here, right? They did.
They did.
They made a salamander rap.
I watched the hell of that movie too.
Yeah, we all did.
All of it.
We still fucked up the rainforest.
Oh yeah, still did. Speaking of rainforest, one of the I don't know if you still got the clip, Tandi, but Antoine, we were having a conversation about dogs.
Okay.
And really, the conversation, y'all can jump in with if I'm messing it up, was how pit bulls and other dogs are perceived just by like looking at them. So we were saying black pit bulls get the same what you call it? What would you say?
The talk. It was the talk.
Yeah. There was an Instagram clip of a girl giving her pit bull the same talk that she would give like, her young black son.
I've seen it. Yeah. I saw it just recently.
Yeah. And it sparked a conversation because I've had a pit bull for the last, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog gets a lot of attention to the point where I started walking him at night because the attention would be both good and bad. But I always had a feeling for pit bulls because pit bulls had horrible raps. They was considered, demon dogs. They were aggressive, violent, rob you at night, whatever you want to call it. But every dog I've ever had who was pit, and they are big, menacing looking dogs, have all been, teddy bears, at least in my house.
They speak so well.
Very much so. Educated. My dog's bed is like my aunt bought my dog a bed and take up like half the living room, but we wanted to get your opinion on, what do you think about that connection of, why do you think people will dismiss an aggressive Labrador or the aggressive Labradors and other dogs we've seen, but the pit bull gets this overwhelmingly, discrimination. Why are pit bulls discriminated against?
That's the question.
No, I'm messing with you now.
You know, I don't know the exact socio-political economical situation that is putting them down, but yeah, I mean, yeah, they do get a bad rap. All that being said, I mean, my dog looks cute, but is an asshole. So I don't judge anybody's dog. Just don't let it lick me when I walk in your house.
What breed does your dog look like most?
What they call a PVGB, a Petite Basset Griffon Vendine. It's a French dog.
What?
How about
Very
that?
long body, short legs, big head.
Is that like? Is that a breed of dog? Or
It is.
Like
I mean, that's just what he looks like. We don't know what he exactly is.
Uh-huh.
He's part that, but
Okay.
I just pulled up a picture.
I just liked how Antoine assumed that your dog wasn't like some full bred with pedigree papers. What does he look most like? I was like, that's cool. How we know Twan ain't down getting them AKC papers?
Yeah, the AKC license.
I got a kennel in the back.
Kennel in the back. What does he look most like?
Should I not assume that?
No,
he looks like a man with a mutt, is what I'm saying.
Man. He is a mutt. He is that. Yeah.
As a dog.
We got him a haircut recently, so he looks, more put together. I still have to give him the same talk, just like when we get out here, don't make a fool out of me. I don't need this. This neighborhood is white. These people already don't like you because they don't like me. You always barking at everything. Just chill out and let's go on this walk.
That's why I walk my dog at night. That's why I walk him at night. I also live in the suburb, but even when I lived in the city, I walked him at night. There's less people out, less people out.
And the ones that's out ain't trying to fuck with a person that got a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
But we all know that like all dogs can be aggressive. Like we've all seen aggressive dogs in all breeds.
All breeds.
And in that video, even they mentioned like Chihuahuas.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are the worst.
Chihuahuas are the worst.
Yes.
Then I can count on my hand the number of friendly Chihuahuas I've met. It's probably about this many. So
it's because you pull back nubs.
Exactly. But people they don't get the same talk.
There you go.
They get a pass.
They get that pass.
Why? Didn't you call them Chihuahuas the Karens of dogs?
I did say I said that. Yeah, because they got that, everybody's like, oh, they're so little, and there's that idea that they need to be protected, and everybody, I mean, if they cry or something wrong, it's because somebody did something to them, and we need to bend down and make sure that they're okay, and we all respond to their little yelps. Oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? As opposed to saying this is a vicious dog that could bite you just like anybody else.
Those teeth razor sharp.
The exact same. They got ugly little ways that can inconvenience you just like any other dog. But they don't get that.
They're like a piranha with legs.
Yeah.
If you had like 20,
we cut to Antoine's house. His neighbor comes over to see him. Hey, Antoine. You know how last week was dog week, and where the neighborhood gets everybody's dogs together. The dogs kind of hang out and they come up with business ideas, and we kind of let them do their thing. Your dog. Butch, he promised to take care of my possum problem. I have a lot of possums in my backyard. So I paid him, the first half of the money. He dug a few holes in my backyard and I never saw him again. I now have more possums than I had before. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen him. What's going on?
What are you trying to say right now?
I'm trying to say he's a bad businessman. He cheated me on my money. Yeah.
What?
Your dog is bad at business.
My dog is bad. Look, my dog may be a PBGV, All right, but it doesn't mean bad at business. That's just a stereotype. You will get your possum problem taken care of. I'm sure of it. He's not home right now.
Oh, he's
I'm
not
sure
home
he's
now.
out getting supplies or something. But when he
Okay.
comes home, I will ask him about it. But I don't think he needs to worry. I'm actually a little offended that you would walk over here and bring this up to me like I don't know what people say about him.
Okay. You know, it's just that it's been a week. The holes in my yard are like filling up with water. The possums are swimming in there now, and you know my kids can't go outside. I don't know what to do.
Look, he does this, all right? He's bred for this sort of thing.
Sure.
Everybody knows that PBGVs catch possums, right?
Mhm.
Again, another stereotype that I don't necessarily abide by, but it's something everybody knows. Now, it's probably part of his plan. How about when he gets home, I'll call you over and we'll all talk about it together. Does that make sense to you, Amechi?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Can I go back to watching Fearless now?
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good movie.
You know, Jadakiss is in it.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
We cut to the dog Butch getting home. Hey, Butch.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, here's the thing. Amechi came over earlier today.
Michi.
Yeah, Amechi, my neighbor. He came
I know
over
him,
earlier.
yes.
Right. Yeah, you have a business deal with them. Can you just give him an update of what's going on? Would you mind?
I don't know what is his business with Michi.
He said you guys had a deal about some sort of possum stuff. He dug some holes.
Oh, he told you that I was going to take care of some possums for him?
Yes.
Oh, that is hilarious. Well, let me tell you this. Did he tell you that he asked me to dig a bunch of holes and then was like, what you have to do some things with his dirt? And
Butch.
yes.
People are talking, all right? You know what they say about you. You know your reputation.
That I am a lazy dog because I am French.
Exactly. And I'm fighting for you out there. I'm fighting for you, but you have to follow through on some of these deals you've been making. You've been making deals all over the neighborhood.
I was out there digging holes for a whole day. I saw no possums out there.
But possums don't live in the ground.
Exactly.
Why would you dig holes to find possums? They're not. Look.
Listen, don't question my methods, okay?
Don't question.
Did I come here and tell you what to do with your home and how to handle your business?
But where were you all day? Huh? I had no idea where you went. People are coming to my door asking about you, and you are gone.
I was looking for possums to get rid of.
But have you ever seen...
take the possums to his home, show him the possums, and then remove them.
You were going to bring possums to his house? That seems like the opposite of what he wants, Butch.
Again, when I was there, I saw 0 possums. So I figured bring some to him is better than none.
We come back to Amechi and Antoine. Hey, Antoine, I just saw Butch leaving, riding shotgun in the truck. Had his head out the window. It's been 2 weeks now. He still hasn't come back. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's. I'm sure he'll get around to it. He's a good dog at his heart. He
Okay.
He's been rolling with a different crowd these days.
Oh, different crowd, huh?
Yeah, he's got a new Chihuahua girlfriend. Keeps him busy. I don't like her very much, but
okay. But you know, he has responsibilities. Okay, he said he would do this for me. I paid him to do this for me. He hasn't done it yet. I'm just trying to figure out what's my kids are going crazy from being in their rooms all day. You know,
you can let your
backyard and I can't use it. Huh?
Hey, Antoine. I'm sorry I had to walk all the way over here, man. I let Butch borrow my car to take his date out. He hasn't been back with my car. I was hoping he was going to be here. Have you seen him anywhere?
He just left. He just left in a pickup truck.
He just left in my. Okay.
Maybe he went on that date.
Did he tell you where he was going at all? I mean, I'm looking. I got to go to work. That was my work truck.
Guys. I can I say something here? I know we all love dogs. Maybe you shouldn't loan a dog a car. It's a dog at the end of the day. Why not?
I mean,
he runs a business. He can drive a car.
And scene. Of course he can drive a car.
It's a business.
Yeah, I mean, if he owns a business, he's got to get to work. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. Cicely says Pitbull sounds kind of menacing, but honestly, she'll sideways in any kid named Damien.
True.
That's facts.
True.
That's facts.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right. Some things predate.
Yeah, like you never immediately trust a Steve. Never immediately.
A Steve.
You got to vet Steves. Steves need to be vetted.
I've met some shifty Steves in my life.
We all have. That's why you vet Steves.
I'm thinking.
What was it like? Shifty Steves. It's like you name the kid and it labels them
Forever.
The shiftiness.
That's terrible. Shifty Steve.
Can't never trust a Steve. Hilarious.
You can. It's just not at first.
It's not immediate.
You got to figure them out.
What name has the most trustworthy ring to it?
I'd say Antoine probably.
Hey, listen.
Antoine.
Bias. But that's why people like parents go for like unusual names. You want to you're trying to break ground. It's kind of like when you get your credit report cleared off, like you're starting afresh, you're starting new. There's no bad stuff on it. That's like a unusual name. Like there's nothing associated with it. There's no bad vibes. Nobody thinks it's a problem. You know, you're the first one with it. Make good on it.
Yeah.
All the Deverics out there and the Frenays, you know, go ahead.
I'll put Amechi in that camp.
Oh, there's lots of Amechis. I know.
See,
I've never.
It's regional.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't think so fast.
Yeah. The ones that keep tabs on, they're all good people, but you know,
all good.
You never know. There's probably one out there who.
I'm more of like letters. Like certain letters have like names that start with certain letters, and like some like because I'll do that. I like A-lane. I like A names. B names a little shaky, but that's okay. C's are cool. Like K names are good. I do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're okay. You like specific letters that you are against.
Like
Which ones don't you like?
I don't. That's what I was thinking. I was trying to think of what letter makes me nervous. Oh, you don't see a lot of U's. I'll pick on U's. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
All the Ulysses and the what else?
Yeah.
Ursula.
Fuck all them.
You don't get too many.
Mm-hmm.
And get too many, and the ones that we know are like villains.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, when I told my wife that I was considering changing my name. I just don't have a good substitute yet. But I want it to be something that people would have to like think about and then say it. Like if they read it, they're like, okay, so this guy's, you know, but my name is John, right? It's like the most common J name of all time. And I get misconstrued with a lot of millions of Johns, right? There's just so many of them. Like I typed in my name one time to Google and this is a while back, man. And it was some dude who was killing it with my name. Like he was like, you know, like like I forgot what it was. It was either a business guy or a scientist, but or like an educator. It was something, but he was like killing it. I'm like, dang, man, like I need to get another name because to your point, right? Like some people like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, right? Jesus, Lucifer. Those are names that got so much, if you want to call them, the credit history on them is so long that there's no point in even taking the name, right? You know, Michael B. Jordan. If you didn't throw that B in there, I don't think, you know, he would pop as an actor, right? Like you'd be like, Michael Jordan, what's wrong with your parents, man? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my opinion, right? But I feel that same way with John. And I think that's why my mom changed the spelling. My name is Jonathan, so she made it instead of an O or an A-N, it's an E-N. And my whole life, people have stopped to talk to me about why my mother put an E in the name. And I really don't give a fuck, right? Just say my name, it's spelled that way. But even something like that, that's how much credit history Jonathan has. Is people will tell me, why you spell it with an E? Because it's my name. It's my name. If I want to spell Jonathan with a K, I'm gonna say it starts with a K. It's Jonathan. It's my fucking name, right?
The K is silent.
The K is silent. But where's the J? It doesn't matter.
No, you pronounce the K like a J.
But that's how I always felt, man. I've always felt like, man, I need another name. It's too many people with that. I probably feel the same way about Michaels, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, you know, at the same point of saying that, like, you want to have a more unique name, there's also, you know, you got to think about how many times people are going to fuck that name up. My name is Antoine, spelled just like Antoine, and yet almost every time it comes for somebody, the time to say Antoine, they will say anything else. I've heard everything else. You know, so it's just like, yeah, I mean, a unique name sounds dope on paper, but think of the millionth time you'll hear somebody say it wrong and you have to address that.
Yeah.
It's not as fun.
It's not. And one of my favorite things is watching people lose their shit over mispronouncing their name. You know, it's so common. I've seen that. I used to go to school with a kid named what was his name? Colin. It wasn't. It was almost like it was. I gotta think of his last name, but it was almost pronounced like it represented poor peasant. That was the last name. Peasant. His last name was Peasant. But the teachers would always call him Colin Peasant, and he would lose his shit. Ain't no peasants in here. My last name is Peasant. And I'm like, and I would be like, yo, you have to know that nobody's going to guess that on the first try, right? Like,
yeah.
Who the hell is going to
Why don't you go up at the beginning of the day like, hey, this is my name. You're going to mess it up. Put it up 5 before it happens. This is my name. Or if that's going to be the reaction.
Right, or put an accent on it. Like if you put a little mark or something on your name, it's almost like a stop sign for people to go, whoa, don't just go into this thing the way you think. Step back a minute, look at it, process, and try it differently. That's what like an accent and apostrophe, anything.
Yeah, you know, just spell it phonetically like Pizzone did. Pizzant. Pizzant.
But that's just go. You got something, John? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I still put money people would bluff it. I mean,
oh yeah,
up, right?
they'll mess it up every time.
But that's what y'all get for these. Because I was just about to point out too, Antoine. Y'all, that's just Anthony en français.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So you know, if we're speaking English, it's an English-speaking country. Just go ahead and say, "Call me Anthony."
Well, my brother's name is Anthony, and my younger brother's name is Antonio. So it's you gotta do it right.
You gotta make see. That's the difference. See,
you know, at the end of the day, it's all the same thing, but it's a little flourishes, you know.
Yeah,
no, but it's respect. I mean, that's somebody's name. That's the only thing that they have. Like you can strip everything away from them. You can't take their name. So give a little try. try to pronounce it. I always know my name is coming up on the list because people pause. Whenever I'm in the T's and I hear the pause, I know I'm next, and I help them out. So that's
that happened to me too. Contessa made a comment about it too. You always knew on the first day of class, whenever you got to your name, when it was like getting close and they paused and stared at it, they're waiting for you to say that's me and tell you the name because they're not going to get it right.
Yep. But see, my last name is Myles, kind of what Antoine was saying. Myles, right? I've heard Myers probably 90% of my first day of class, right? And there is no R in my name, right? Like people just will screw it up just because, man. Like if your name is not Lee, like L-E or Tim, right? You know, they're gonna blow it up, man.
Antoine. You ever hear that one? Antoine? I get that one a lot.
I hear Antoine a lot. Antoine, a lot of Anthony's, a lot of Antonios. Like
Anthony,
just adding letters now.
Anthony.
Where have people been living? Have you not heard people names before? Is this all brand new? Is this? I mean,
that's the craziest thing. Is like these aren't uncommon names.
Exactly. What earth are you on? Where have you been? Just sheltered in your house and just busting out, getting in a position to call roll somewhere. Why?
Yeah, I mean, and if they mess up the first name, is like I know that they're not even going to guess my last name. I don't know why. Cool. What's that? It's a B. Yes. Cool breathe? No.
Cool breathe. Oh, names. Yeah. So there's
absolutely. We cut to outside. Some fathers looking at their kids outside the nursery. Hey, man, is that your son over there?
Yeah, that's my kid.
Nice. Yeah. Them my twins right there, man.
That's nice. What are their names?
Mike and Mike.
Mike and Mike. You gave
Mike.
You gave both.
Mike and Ike.
Oh, Mike and Ike. Oh,
yeah. The left one's Mike. The right one's Ike.
Okay. Oh, that's cool, man. You gave him rhyming names. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. Thought a lot about it, man. I've been dreaming about it my whole life. I always wanted to have kids that I could, give them really cool, simple names. What's your kid's name?
I'm actually not quite sure. My wife decided when I wasn't in the room, she put me audible and gave the baby a name that has a weird spelling, and I'm not quite sure how to say it. I don't want to get it wrong. So
what?
Yeah.
Let me see, man. Let me see what it looks like. I mean, it
starts with an X. What?
An X?
Yeah, there's an X at the beginning.
Is that a K sound? Or what is it?
I don't know. So I think I'm just gonna try and see how long I can go without saying it. Maybe my wife will say it around me, and I'll be able to get it. But
yeah, that's smart, man.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna guess.
Amechi, you forgot the baby's backpack. Come get his backpack. Oh no, that's okay. I'll just take it in. You keep talking. Make a friend. I'll just take it in. Don't worry. Bye.
Listen, I got an idea, Amechi.
Okay.
Go into the nursery and check the baby's wrist. It has a name on it. And
it's got his name spelled on it, but I don't know what the word says. It won't matter.
You're right. I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to help you. Man, that sucks, dude. Like,
no.
What was the first? I mean, what did you want the baby's name to be?
Bill.
Oh, that's horrible. You can't call it.
But it's simple,
Bill.
it's easy, it's clear. It's easy to say, I'll never forget that. But I'm stuck.
We cut to inside the nursery. Okay, Dad, I got your baby here. Let me just see your wristband. Okay. And let me match it up with the baby's wristband. Okay, all right. Here's your baby. Here's your son. Go ahead and take him.
You sure this is my son?
Yeah.
What's you didn't say his name. You didn't say their name. So
Oh, we don't write the names on here because we have to put a wristband on as soon as they're born. So we just have baby and then their last name.
Oh, okay.
He's just Baby Myers. Look at that, Baby Myers.
Okay. Could I pay you to do something for me? So I need to find out what my baby's name is. I don't know what the name is. My wife will get mad if I ask her what it is, and I need someone to just find out the name so I don't look like a bad father.
Sir, I am mad. You don't even know what your baby's name is?
She changed the name on me at the last minute. She just she's like that. She does that kind of thing to me.
But what do you want the baby's name to be?
Bill, like something very simple where my stupid head will be able to get it. But yeah.
Well, I would like to get lunch today, so
we cut to many years later watching a little league game. Hey, is your kid out there?
Yep, my kid's out there.
Which one is he?
He's number 6.
Ah, number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see his name Myers on the back. What's his first name? I'm planning to go get gifts for the kids after the game.
Hey, can I pay you to go ask my kid what his name is? I know he's 11. I don't know my kid's first name. I've never heard, my wife has never said it, and I never learned it. I don't know my kid's name. So if I give you $20, will you go ask my kid what his name is?
Whoa! Are you saying you don't know this kid?
No,
is that your kid? Is that really your kid out there?
That's my kid. But
you're not one of these like freaks who come to little league games and just watch his kids.
That's not very common. Okay, that doesn't happen a lot. I'm definitely one of those guys.
You would know. Any good parent would know their own kid's name.
What's your kid's name?
Bill. And scene.
Kelly, is that Zane or Zanye?
Yeah, right.
I would have said Zane.
I would have said Zane
too. I thought Zane, and then I was like,
Xayne.
Yeah, that's probably
right. Yeah, Zane.
Yeah, I was gonna say that my cousin was a super asshole. I'm not gonna put him out, but his thing was he would be when he would sign his name for class. He would always on the name list. He would put name. And then he would put his last name, and it would always cause an issue, right? But
he would write name and then his last name.
Yeah.
Okay. So name, but
yeah.
Okay.
And I always thought to myself, like, could you name yourself? Could somebody name themselves what the actual letters in the name are? So, if, for example, your name be Xayne, right? Like Elon Musk kid, would people ever feel comfortable, calling you, hey, what's up, Xayne? like, or is it just that type of stuff just hangs out in Hollywood? Those are the only places where you see people give their kids names, alien names, and their dogs human names.
Yeah, I think it's like way back when they were giving their kids like Gwyneth Paltrow named her kid Apple and stuff like that. So sure, I think people in the public sphere will always torture the people that they make with just stuff that'll keep them more interesting forever. And some of that is going to bleed into like everyday regular life, but like I don't think people are really jumping on the bandwagon of putting like dashes and clicks in their kids' names just because Elon Musk wants to send his baby to the moon in a Tesla.
Yeah, but even when I hear people like say names like, I always get a kick out of hear names like loyalty or like names that have those kinds of rings because, like you said, that's torture. The first time loyalty does some unloyal shit, like it's over. They're gonna be bullied forever, right? Like, why would you name your kid loyalty? Why would you name your kid something there was no way they were going to be able to live perfectly in that name. Right?
I don't know if this is like an anecdote or if this is real. I kind of hope it's real. There was a guy who had 2 sons. He named one winner and one loser. His last name was Lane. And so the firstborn son, Winner, like, you know, had a great time at first, but then, you know, became you know, somebody not worth mentioning. And then a loser became like a judge. It was, you know, like, what's in a name? I don't know, but I think they figured it out.
Yeah, could attempts to set your kid up for success really set the bar far too high. Should you lower it a little bit when you name your kid? Struggle. Oh, like a little struggle.
Yeah. Well, it's just like we're getting back around to the point where, like, instead of kids thinking that their name is Idiot, actually naming their kid Idiot.
Yeah,
Come here, idiot.
Come here, you big dummy.
Big dummy.
I mean, you have about a 50-50 chance that naming your child Idiot, that kid will turn into one of the greatest human beings along, or they'll just be, you know, somebody who struggles and has the name Idiot.
Their namesake.
Well, you got to call them Idiot, but then also encourage them.
Yeah,
it's the sandwich method.
Yeah. Oh, Cicely put. What about girls named Chastity?
Chastity. That's just wrong.
That's super wrong. That is super wrong.
It is about as wrong as naming her like Porsche or Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Acura.
This is my daughter, Subaru Outback.
I used to have that. I didn't tell it anywhere. I guess just randomly. I used to tell a joke about being a nurse and being around all those medication names because they were just so beautiful. Like names like Prestique, you know, for a girl. I think I was pregnant at the time. I was like, oh yeah, how about Prestique? Or like Lasix. We can call him Lasix Jones if he's fast. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah, right, Lasix. Right. Lasix Jones, yeah, if he's fast. Or the other one was Levitra Cialis. I was like, yeah, the name of Levitra. And then and I thought no, because then she'd be up all night. Hey. No, but
we cut to the guy's dorm room with his buddies. Now look, y'all, I got some honeys coming over.
All right, then.
Right?
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know,
popping this up,
that one of them is single, so y'all gotta compete. Y'all gotta compete. All right.
Wait. Okay. There's about 5 of us in this room. And you telling me you invited a bunch of honeys and one of them is single? Okay.
Listen,
wait, hold on. But you know which one, though?
I know which one.
Okay.
Here's it now. The girl's name is Virginia. All right. Just letting y'all know that.
How you spell that?
Vagina. Virginia Harris.
All right. Virginia.
All right. So she's single. She get here. I heard she ready, you know, for whoever come to her with the best, you know, spitting the best game to her, you know. But yeah, just want to
tell you. Are other girls coming, or is it just her?
Yeah,
the other girls are for me, man. I mean,
the girls in relationships.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want y'all caught up in all of those, you know, situations and stuff. So I'm trying to keep y'all honest, man.
Now I know why your name is Enigma. I know it now.
You know what I mean? Enigma Myles. You know what I'm saying? So my name is what I'm saying.
I know, and you real good. You see, perceptive Jones over there, man. You got it, man. That's See how you knew his name was Enigma? Perceptive. That fits you, man. Fits you.
Thank you.
Hey man, obvious. You always hitting people with stuff that they know, and I appreciate that. But because sometimes I miss what's happening in the conversation, but then when I give it after you talking, I know it's about to be a wrap up.
Good looking out.
Good looking out.
I just got a text message from Vagina right here. She's pulling up, man. So look, y'all game. Y'all got this locked down. I'm gonna throw the alley-oop to y'all. Obvious,
Of course.
receptive. You know, everybody, let's get it. Okay.
We cut down to the car. Regina is a chihuahua sitting in the car with with Butch.
Now listen, when we get up there, just talk light, talk fast. You know, don't commit to anyone. You're right. That's right. That's right. Yes. You control the room. They don't control you. Okay. Well, I'm going to go dig some holes. You get up there.
We cut back upstairs. One last thing I want to mention to y'all.
Oh, what's up?
This is very important now. Now, Vagina has a little bit of a temper. If you do anything that offends her, you know, it could go bad. All right?
Man, she got a temper.
Got a temper.
Bad name.
Bro,
What is this, man? What?
Single
ham
woman.
scrap?
That's the only thing good about it. She's single.
She got a temper.
Well, listen,
but she's
man.
ready.
But she ready.
She like ham scraps.
Yeah, she do. Yes, she do.
Does she like what?
I brought a pocket full of ham scraps, so just in case. You know.
That's why they call you ham scraps.
Yeah.
And scene, and that is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you, Antoine Colbrech. Thank you for hanging out, playing with us.
All right.
It's been great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Before we get off, Amy King Gardner asked a question. She said, I saw it earlier in the chat, but she said, I once saw Antoine WB, didn't know his name then, at Hungry's restaurant and just yelled, "Hey, Improv." And he turned around and stopped and chatted forever. What would Antoine Colbreth have done? That was a question from Amy.
Hey, Improv. I would have said, "Hey, asshole."
See?
That's not my name. But thanks for coming to the show. I hope you enjoyed the show, asshole.
Yeah.
All right, DJ Comfy, play them outro tracks. This is Can't Tell Us Nothing show. Thanks for tuning in. Come back to Facebook and YouTube live every Tuesday around 8:50. Hang out with us again. Leave comments. We love seeing them. But for John, for Amechi, for Tandi, and for myself, Antoine, that's Can't Tell Us Nothing show. And Antoine Colbreth, thank you again for stopping by. We'll have to have you back. But until then, we're out.
Is that Jadakiss?